Is a big story. I might argue that Cuccinelli coming this close is pretty amazing given the polls that we looked at. But to Christie, this is the story he wanted. I mean, he wanted this headline. He's close to 60% the last time I look at those polls, which is a massive win. He is going to do well in, or do better in those demographic groups that Republicans have so eluded Republicans, Latinos, African Americans, women. In the end, there are more women voters than there are men, and they vote in higher percentages. So this is his presentation to the Republican Party tomorrow morning. He won't have to say a word. You know, in some ways, to me, Christie is to New Jersey what Bill Clinton was to Arkansas. He was a moderate Democrat in a red state, and Christie is what calls himself a conservative. A lot of people see him as a moderate, whatever you want to call him. He is a Republican in a blue state, proving that you can win there.
Bill, Chris, let me turn to you. Is it a big defeat for the Tea Party, what's happened in Virginia, even though it was so close, or is the reality that if you hadn't had this independent candidate getting perhaps over 7% of the vote, then they could have won, and then it would have been a big win?
Ken Cuccinelli ran better in Virginia than Mitt Romney. Mitt Romney wasn't a Tea Party candidate. Look, Ken Cuccinelli did not run a particularly good campaign. He was hurt by the government shutdown, which affected Northern Virginia. When the government shutdown ended, about 3 weeks ago, October 17th, Cuccinelli was down 8, 10, 12 points in every poll. He closed over the last 3 weeks, not because he suddenly became a better candidate and he was outspent massively, I think 4-1 in the last week, because of Obamacare. So for me, the two big takeaways of tonight are Christie, as Candy was saying, Christie is an impressive governor and an impressive politician and will be a force to be reckoned with nationally. And Obamacare is toxic. It was dominating in the last 2 weeks. Cuccinelli closed on Obamacare. He'd been a big opponent of Obamacare. Terry McAuliffe embraced it, said he would expand Obamacare more, include Virginia in the Medicaid program under Obamacare. Cuccinelli said, I'll do everything I can to resist and fight Obamacare. And that's what enabled Cuccinelli to make this as close as he did.